It's time to think for yourself. Thinking for yourself is not a conspiracy theory. It's time to wake up now. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean, and in this video, I'm going to explain why it is time to think for yourself. I'm also going to reveal why the term conspiracy theorist is used to label freethinkers in a derogatory way. And by the way, who is this elusive they that we all keep talking about? I'm going to address that as well. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and make sure you subscribe so that you can join our awesome community of lightworkers and spiritual seekers. Now, how we think and what we think determines our reality. So, if you want to control reality, you need to control how people think. Now, take a moment to free your mind of everything you thought that you knew to be true. And then ask yourself how those truths got there. Most of the truths that we believe in were told to us by outside sources. They were bred into us by the deeply entrenched institutions of education and religion. In the same way that you might train an animal, our minds have been trained as human beings. It is the job of education and religion to install certain fundamental paradigms of reality into our brains. These paradigms are installed through a basic and very primitive system of reward and punishment. In terms of education, you are rewarded with good grades and a better job later on if you successfully adopt what the system tells you to believe and act upon. And if you reject these demands, you are punished in multiple ways. You are rejected and shamed with poor grades. You are deemed a failure and a social outcast. You are told that you will not be given viable work to support yourself. So we are told that the degree to which we adopt the paradigms of the education system is the degree to which we can ensure our survival physically and socially. The extent to which we absorb these paradigms is the extent to which we are given credibility as human beings. Now, education should not be confused with learning. Learning is something that should always be happening. Learning is the expansion of our intelligence and our consciousness. It's the mastering of new skills. Education, on the other hand, in the way that I'm using the word, is indoctrination into a specific paradigm of reality over which you have little or no choice or control. You are basically forced into it if you want to survive and have any credibility whatsoever. Through the bureaucracy of education, our minds are shaped into a thought prison. In this well-established mental prison, there are distinct and required barriers. Anything that is thought about outside of this prison is considered wrong and bad. The second institution that controls our thinking is religion. Religion is the bureaucratic institution that instructs us about what to think about our Creator. And as in the educational system, religion also employs a very primitive system of reward and punishment. But in religion, all of the rewards and punishment happen after you die, which is very convenient because this way the religions can never ever be held accountable for what they are telling you. Because the idea that a bureaucratic institution full of corruption, rules, and regulations could serve as the spokesperson for the Creator of the entire universe is preposterous. So they smartly made sure that all of the rewards and punishment happen after you die, when it's too late for you to call them out. So basically, education controls your mind about the physical world that you live in, and religion controls your thinking about the power that created you. To sum it up, the paradigms invented by these thought institutions are induced by animalistic systems of punishment and reward. And this is what creates the mental prison that most of humanity lives in. These institutions install the fundamental thought paradigms that they demand we live inside of. And then, to make sure that we stay in line on a daily basis, we have the ever-present media. The media's job is to keep our thinking in line 24/7. You can think of the institutions of education and religion as being like the fences that keep the cattle inside. And the media is like the driver whose job it is to herd the cattle into whatever corral is necessary for any given day. And just to make sure that nothing goes wrong, there is a nifty little safeguard in place. That safeguard is the term conspiracy theory. This is a derogatory term meant to shame and discredit anyone who dares to ask questions and think for themselves. Once you are labeled a conspiracy theorist, you are automatically labeled as stupid and crazy. Your level of intelligence is demeaned and discredited. You are instantly shunned. Okay, you guys, hold on a moment. Are we really this pathetic? I mean, do we actually fall for this? Well, unfortunately we do, because we don't understand the backstory of how our minds are shaped and controlled by these larger institutionalized forces. You know, I recently posted a channeled audio message from, it was either Archangel Michael or John of Telstar. I can't remember exactly which one said this, but they made a point. They said if we act like animals, we're going to be treated like animals. So you guys, if we act like sheep, we're going to be treated like sheep. Therefore, we need to wake up, stop acting like highly programmable cattle, and start thinking for ourselves. Now, I have one more question about the phrase conspiracy theory. Have you noticed how the words conspiracy and theory are locked together? I mean, they almost seem inseparable, don't they? Why is the word theory always attached to conspiracy? Well, I'll tell you guys why. The word theory implies not being based in reality. It means an unproven assumption. It should not be taken as fact. So, the subliminal message here is, hey people, there are no conspiracies. Conspiracies don't exist. And we can easily prove that they don't exist. I mean, all we have to do is attach the word theory to conspiracy, and it's automatically proven to be wrong. Because you people will believe anything. That's how their thought process works. You see how simple that is? Now here's the truth, you guys. According to the powers that be, if we dare to think outside of the prison of required thought, then we are the actual conspirators. If we dare to think for ourselves, then according to their beliefs, we are conspiring to destroy their entire system of thought control. And that would be like the inmates escaping the prison, or the slaves escaping the plantation. And we certainly can't have free thinkers right at the moment when the AI God is preparing to take over our consciousness and control our thoughts completely. But that's a topic for another video. So guys, here's the big question. Who is this they that appears to be so threatened by us thinking for ourselves? And we all know there's a they, don't we? I mean, we've been talking about it forever. You know, it's they say this and they say that, or they are doing such and such. It seems that there has always been this ubiquitous they that appears to be everywhere. We don't know who they are, but we are deeply aware on a subconscious level that they exist. In fact, I invite you guys to do something after you watch this video. Pay attention to how often you or the people you talk to use the word they as this assumed invisible thing that is behind everything that is going on. And weirdly enough, whenever we do this, we never explain ourselves. It's always assumed that this they is common knowledge for everyone. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. The ever-present they that we always refer to is not human. This they is actually extraterrestrial, or more appropriately, alien. Are you surprised? Well, don't be. Do you really think that ordinary humans are capable of devising and sustaining such a massive system of planetary thought control through multiple generations and lifetimes? Of course not. I mean, humans have a difficult time even having a single corporate meeting. They tend to be argumentative and defensive. They forget things. They have wars and kill people. They are highly reactive and easily influenced. Human beings in their current state are just not capable of such a massive feat of total planetary domination and control that is many generations in the making. And because we have been lied to and told that we are the only living things in the entire cosmos, we just assume that humans did all of this. I mean, it wasn't trees, it wasn't birds, it wasn't fish. It has to be humans who devised all of this treachery because there's no one else out there, right? I mean, that's what we learned in school, and that's what religions told us. Do you see how this comes full circle? Guys, we have to stop this or we're going to turn ourselves into a cosmic joke. But seriously, guys, we must wake up. In truth, no one can actually control your thoughts unless you agree to it. So it's so important to understand that it really is okay to question things. I mean, you don't have to believe everything you're told. You're not a robot. See, if you never questioned anything, you're going to lose a massive amount of your natural intelligence. And that's actually what they intend for us. Because the truth is, our own thinking minds will not be needed much longer. The AI is completely poised and ready to completely take over our thought processes. I mean, it's just a little more technology, you guys, and we're there. So the point of this entire video is to inspire you to take back control of your mind. Because honestly, guys, you need it now more than ever before. So leave me a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this subject. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it out with your friends. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because I will be here 3 times a week with so much more. And with that, I'm sending you loads of love, light, and positive energy. Stay peaceful, my friends. Namaste.